Right now that is not upset, then there is something seriously wrong with us. We have a right to be upset because these parasites are the main reason why this continues to go on. We have a right to be mad. Yeah. We have a right to travel, as she did, from another state to come down here to confront these people. They're the ones that ain't talking about the vaccinations and the forced vaccinations. They're the ones not talking about the chemtrails. They're the ones not talking about the food. Right now, that is not upset, then there is something seriously wrong with us. We have a right to be upset because these parasites are the main reason why this continues to go on. We have a right to be mad. Yeah. We have a right to travel, as she did, from another state to come down here to confront these people. We are the only ones in the world protesting against these parasites, Fox Television, the mainstream media. No one else is doing it. But a lot of people are waking up to it. How do you feel about the mainstream media?
They are apparently being paid off by higher ups.
Sure.
They lie about everything. There's nothing truthful.
Sure.
They've even been, I think it was in 2003, where they had actually had a law passed where the media is allowed to lie.
Right.
I feel like people are not being told the truth. They're being completely lied to and brainwashed about everything going on, like the Zika and for instance.
When we look at the flyer that you have, it says we are being sprayed toxic metals in our skies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we look at individuals that call themselves meteorologists. They know what's on the Doppler radar. I mean, should they be held accountable for knowing that they're spraying chemtrails?
Definitely.
Sure.
They act like that there's nothing going on at all, and the people out here that are fighting it, we're just being called, conspiracy theorists.
Wackos, conspiracy theorists. I mean, when we look at the Zika virus, I mean, do you think that's staged? That's just to get everyone mass vaccinated, or what?
Oh yeah, that's definitely staged. They're trying to get everybody to run out and get vaccinations. So, and then they'll sicken them even more with those vaccinations, and that's why there's so many sick people now. I mean, people have cancer and
sure,
so many different diseases.
Sure. So you think they pretty much
weren't even heard of?
Sure.
20 years ago.
You think they want to mass vaccinate the population to depopulate us? Is that too far-fetched to say, or no?
No, that's absolutely
what you think they want to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When
people even looked up the Georgia Guidestones.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Right. Now when we look over here, okay, you're looking over here, right? We're in front of Fox News, right?
Yeah.
When you see them, why aren't they covering the truth? Why do you think they're not covering the truth?
Because they're.
Are they involved, or they just don't want to lose their job? And then again, if they don't want to just lose their job, is it their obligation to be human beings and at least come out and speak about it?
Well, honestly, I think a lot of them don't really know the truth.
Sure.
They read off of teleprompters, and everything is scripted for them.
Okay.
So they don't even research stuff, a lot of them. But then I think there's the ones that are really aware. But, it's about their job.
Should they be held accountable for mass genocide if they know what's going on consciously and don't make an effort? Absolutely. Thank you so much. Again, I mean, we're out here today. We're obviously Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We've got many people that are coming from New Jersey, like yourself, or New York, or Delaware, that are here to make an effort. I mean, do you have any message to people who... Not right now, baby. Do you have any message to people who are afraid? It's okay. Do you have any message to people who want to come out but are nervous and don't want to come out? Do you have a message to them?
Well, I think you should just do what you feel is right. Follow your heart, follow your instinct, and don't
They're afraid of losing their job. Should they be afraid
about what other people think? And,
right.
You got to stand up for what's right. And if you say it right in your face, obviously there's something there more than what you have been been led to believe.
No, they're afraid of losing their job, maybe. But they're losing their lives. Their children are losing their lives. Take a stand, yes or no? Take a stand. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for being out here. Big shout out to NJ, New Jersey. Thank you so much.
Nothing to change what's going on in the world today. And we look around and we see the people that are out here in front of us today. We see change. We don't see protesters. We see change. And what we see right here is a mind-manipulated scorecard of the establishment that doesn't want change.
So, mainstream media, stop the propaganda. Stop the propaganda. We want the truth. You're out here today, obviously, protesting against the mainstream media.
Yes, I am. We were talking about how the media does not tell us what's actually going on. Hillary, I'll call her Killary, has just like totally buffaloed us for so long. That's a major thing that I'm interested in. How can we possibly put her into the president's seat after the things that she's done? 35,000 emails deleted, another 15,000. FBI comes up and says they have to be subpoenaed to testify, and they plead the fifth over and over and over. Get out of here. Something's wrong with this country at this point.
So do you believe Hitler for prison 2016?
But I don't think that
she should go to jail, or no? I mean, look at all the things she's done.
Listen, I'm not the judge and jury, but if it was you and me, we would. So
we would be in prison right now, wouldn't we?
That's right.
Why isn't the mainstream media right now covering the scandals from Hillary, covering the fact that GMOs are being in our food,
because she's
covering the fact that everything's going on in the world?
She's part of Monsanto.
She is.
That's why.
And she supports Monsanto, doesn't she?
And she's got a lot of money in Monsanto, and I don't know how much money she needs, but at this point, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of it's a sickness at this point, in my opinion.
I mean, America's obviously in dire straits right now, not only because people are asleep in the world, but what's going on. I mean, what do you think would happen if Hillary Clinton would become president?
Oh, it would be a continuation of Obama, which would be letting the refugees in, let them take over this country, let us become Muslims. It would just be Christianity be out the window.
It would be out of the window. They wouldn't want to know about Jesus. They wouldn't want to know about being saved.
No, women would lose.
Would lose all their. That Sharia law would be implemented.
That we would be killed on the
Women
streets.
would be raped. Would be raped like they are in Germany and everywhere else.
And here they're doing it. They're just not. Media's not just really disclosing it.
Sure. I mean, Barack Obama played the black card. Yep. Hillary Clinton's playing the woman lesbian card. She's not a Christian. We know she's not a dedicated Christian. Because if she was, she wouldn't be letting this going on.
Well,
what do you think? Should we build a wall or not?
Should we build it? Absolutely.
Build a wall, Donald Trump, 2016?
Absolutely.
Build a wall?
Totally for Trump.
Build a wall.
Yep, build a wall.
Now,
this cannot continue.
It can't continue. And a lot of people say, oh, well, this. We don't. And you know, people can say whatever they want about Trump. You do support Trump.
Absolutely.
Do you support independent media and abolishing these scumbags that are across the street?
I mean, if they were going to tell us the truth, I would support them. If they're not, what's the point of having them? This is just government run.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Thank you.
Die while the media lies. Thousands 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 die while the corrupt mainstream media lies. How can you possibly plant plants out here? Here's my question. How can you plant plants, or whatever this is out here, when you don't even talk about Monsanto? Are you kidding me?
They're probably genetically modified.
Are these genetically modified? Oh, they don't even look real. Look at this. They don't even look real. Thousands die while the media lies. They're spraying in our skies. They're poisoning our food. They're separating us as a species, as a people, and they say nothing. Nothing. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania today, I see many things. I see change. I see people from all around, from New York, from Delaware, from New Jersey, all around, that want one thing, and that one thing is something that they're not willing to offer, and that is conscious change. Will they manipulate us through the television? Yes. Will they manipulate us through our cell phones? Of course. Will they manipulate us through video games and through all that? Yes. Will they defeat us as a species? No! Not at all. This right here is the main reason why 99% of the population is asleep. Not only because we're slow killed and we're fluoridated. Not only because of what's in our food and water, but because they don't want to participate in change. So now today, not only myself, but everybody out here holds these parasites accountable for nothing less than mass.
Why are you here today, sweetheart?
I want to be here today to make a stand against what's happening to us. We're being poisoned. This isn't climate change.
Speak up a little bit, please.
This is geoengineering. This has been going on actually since the early 60s.
Sure.
On and off. It's been experimented and now it is almost perfected and it keeps changing. They white out our skies. They white out the night. They get rid of the sun that we need. Our trees are dying. Our children have upper respiratory infections, allergies, bacterial infections, Morgellons. All these things are caused by the toxicity. Our bodies cannot even detox anymore. We're all getting sick. We're all getting tired. And we need to stop this. It's killing our food, our crops, the bees, the butterflies, our small animals. And it has to stop.
Well, they're controlling the weather. They're modifying the weather,
Yes.
obviously. It seems like what they're doing now is they're spraying more at night.
Yes.
So that way we do not see the
See it.
chemtrails during the day.
Yes.
Do you think that the mainstream media, I mean, you came all the way from New York City, from where from New York
Philadelphia.
City? Where from New York City?
Staten Island.
Staten Island. Staten Island, New York City. Hour or so drive.
Yep.
Way too much traffic. But you came
Yes.
and you're here today and you're our hero.
Thank you.
All yous are heroes.
Everyone that's here might not be a lot, but it's better than nothing.
Do you think the mainstream media is directly involved in this because they know what's going on?
Absolutely. The weathermen are a joke. They call it cloud covering now.
Sure.
Disrupted hurricane. They have all these cover-up words for the weather being controlled. And they say it's very unpredictable weather because it's climate change.
Right.
But it's being induced. These superstorms are wreaking havoc on people's lives.
Right.
Because they're experimenting. Experimenting with people.
Well, they're experimenting on us.
On us.
And one of the things that I've noticed is that the Monsanto crowd, you know, they talk about, well, the soil's messed up, the bees are dying, but
they're making trees.
But they don't. They seem to kind of clash with the chemtrail people because I don't think they understand that. Well, the bees are dying because they're spraying not only pesticides, but aluminum, barium, strontium, and other things in the sky.
People want to only blame Monsanto, but yet Monsanto has been making Monsanto trees for a long time.
Sure, Sophia Smallstone told us a lot about that.
So
Right,
the problem is they've been expecting these deaths
of the trees, so that way they can say, "Hey,
they
look,
come on in like the heroes."
oh, you're
and-
amazing.
Okay,
you know what's going on. So basically, science can come around and say, "Hey, well, guess what? We're going to be the great savior, and we're going to sell trees and make everything clean and new." When really they're the ones that
are controlling our demise, are killing us.
What do you? What, the mainstream media is crumbling.
Yes.
Independent media, like myself and yourself, we're
People going, I think, trying to find different sources of news. So they're looking at like smaller issues and then going to the sources instead of just the regular news, and they want to find the truth. So if more people look a little harder online as opposed to just what the regular stations are selling you, you might find some other stuff. Like what went on in South Dakota took 3 weeks to make the news.
3 weeks.
Okay. The flood in Baton Rouge took over a week to make the news. You need to be more resourceful.
You do.
Because the mainstream media is not going to give you the truth.
They're not. Nope. And that's why we're out here today, and we're the only ones in the world that are doing this. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You came all the way She came all the way from New York City. So a message to all of you guys who don't want to get off your couch.
Don't sit there. Don't complain. Do something.
All the way
We're
from-
not causing trouble. We're not fighting. We're here.
Well, we are fighting. We're fighting
We're
for.
fighting, but
We're
we're not
fighting.
being violent.
We're fighting for humanity. We're fighting for our very survival.
We're talking to people.
NYC PHIL together. Mainstream media protest. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here, we're gonna knock on the door and see what happens. Ask a question why they're not coming out. I want to see if they. How would say I am not. Well, this is I'm not here as a protest. I'm just standing. Can I ask the question why are the, can I ask if I want someone to come out for an interview? Can someone come? You're a coward. You're soul, my friend. You're soul. I like report real news. I'll show you the coward. Come out and confront me. Come out and confront me. What's going on in the world should be broadcasted. What's going on in the world should be publicized, but it isn't. But it isn't. When we take a walk over here, what do we see? We see Fox 29 News. Fox 29 News is right over here right now. Now ask yourselves, why are these parasites that can see us through this glass right here, out here, right now, with us? That's a question that I want to know. Why aren't they out here with us right now? Hey, sweetheart, how are you today?
I'm doing good. My name is Alicia Dorsey.
Sure.
I am a freelance journalist because the media doesn't tell our stories. There's a lot going on in our communities, in our society, and in the world, and we never know about what's going on. Like, look at the presidential campaign right now. If you just view that by the media, you only think there's two candidates running for
Right.
presidents right now.
Right.
There's more than two candidates running for president. So we the people have to keep enlightening people and keep educating people about what's going on, because mainstream media refuses to tell the truth. They're not covering the Dakota pipeline. They're not covering a lot of the crimes that go on throughout our world. And that needs to stop. We need better representation on TV. We need to hear the voice of the people and not just the corporations.
So turn off your Disney Channel, turn off 3.5 and 2.5 Men, and get real with what's going on. We look at the presidential campaign, obviously. Do you think the elections are rigged or what? Do you think it's a big show?
Well, you know it's rigged.
I do.
Come on, Bernie Sanders won by a landslide.
And then he supported Hillary, which made no sense.
Well, sometimes we got to do what we got to do just to make the change, you know?
Okay.
If you look at his face in all those pictures, you see the stress on his face
It was,
when he
it
goes
was,
to
yeah.
support Hillary. So he really did it so he can stay in office to help us get the changes that we can get. You
So
know?
what do you think? Is Hillary Clinton a crook? Or we already know that,
We
right?
know she's a crook. we know it. I mean, her foundation is under investigation right now.
Sure.
They stole plenty of money from Haiti.
Sure.
The illegal kidnapping that's going on with DHS started with her husband.
How many kids has that pervert?
Too many.
He's a pedophile.
Right.
Her husband.
Right.
He's been banging 12-year-olds. Right. Yeah. There's no
Right.
talk of that.
Right.
There's no talk about the emails.
Right.
And then when there is talk about the emails, there's some kind of event in the country that distracts us or tries to separate us,
Right.
black and white.
Right. Absolutely.
Do you think, now I'm going to get on this, because obviously you're a strong woman of color, you're out here against the media. To separate a nation, to disable a nation, you have to separate a nation. Do you think, I mean, yeah, it's not fair what the cops are doing. We know that.
Right.
The media is not covering half of it.
Right.
Do you think they're trying to separate us as a whole to have some kind of like civil unrest to bring in martial law?
That's
Or what?
exactly what they're doing. I don't know about martial law, but they definitely want people pulled apart
Sure.
and separated,
Sure.
so that we don't come together and rectify these wrongs that's going on in our country right now.
Right. Well, I mean, civil unrest, if God forbid, God forbid if we had, they say, hey, look, whites, Puerto Ricans against Chinese, Puerto Ricans against Chinese or this or that, it would cause civil unrest. It would cause the National Guards to step in. They would federalize the police. They would lock us down. What do you see? They want to federalize the police.
Yeah,
they do.
but
They do.
And I'm upset with Obama because he's always protecting the police with all this new legislation protecting them. But we the people are the ones who's being killed by the police because they don't see us as human beings.
No, they don't.
They see us as not even as citizens. Right. We're just a piece of property to them, or a number, a dollar sign. They see us as income in their pockets, but not as partners in our society.
Well, the jail cells are full. Everyone's on welfare. There's no education, and then when there is education, they brainwash our kids. The media doesn't want to cover anything. Obviously, I'm looking at your sign. It's an anti-media sign. Philadelphia, PA. We're the only ones in the world doing this right now. The world is awakening to the BS of the media. They literally kicked me off the sidewalk of the media. This is a free country. Are we living free?
I mean, it depends on what freedom is, because freedom is different.
All right, so hold on. So is the iPhone 6 and the Xbox?
Awesome, but I'm gonna go.
Thank you, baby. I love you. So is the iPhone 6 and the Xbox One freedom or what?
Is it freedom?
Is that freedom? Because that's what they want us to do all day.
Well, I mean, freedom is different for everybody.
Sure.
What you choose to say is freedom to you could be slavery to somebody else.
Sure.
And so many people are used to slave mentality, the rape culture that we have been normalized to. We're just sensitive to everything that's going on. So slave culture, rape culture is normal.
It's normal. We look at Donald Trump. A lot of people say he's racist. Do you think Trump is racist?
He is racist, absolutely.
What do you think? You think he's racist, right?
Absolutely. I mean, listen to his platform.
Well, it's him and Hillary. You don't like Hillary. You don't like Trump. Who do you want?
Jill Stein.
Jill Stein.
Yeah, and that's who I'm voting for, regardless if she has a chance to win or not. I'm voting to take a stand on my vote. This is my vote. You stole my vote when you allowed Hillary Clinton to take the Democratic platform.
Right.
That was Bernie's platform all along.
Right.
So if they wanted a Democrat to win, they would have put Bernie Sanders on the platform and let there be a real political revolution, not saying politics as usual, just putting more criminals in office. Like, I'm just tired of politics as usual and people falling for it. Like, we have to wake people up.
So they're not elected, they're selected.
Exactly.
They don't give a shit about the poor, do they?
Not at all.
Do they want to separate us, baby, or no?
They are separating us. That's
they
their job.
They don't want love vibration, do they?
Not at all.
Does the media cover it?
Cover the BS?
Cover anything?
No.
Does the media want love vibration? You're from Philly, I'm from Philly. Fox 29 News, fair and balanced. Are they being fair and balanced today? Are they out here with us today?
Okay, so let me tell you, because I do see Fox 29 reporters out in the community doing work in our community. So they do raise awareness about
they give a little, but could that be to kind of carpet the fact that they don't want to cover the real stuff?
Absolutely. I mean, they're set up next to Mastery Charter School.
Sure.
That right there says a lot to see a privatized charter school set up next to a corporate media station.
Right.
I mean, come on, think about it.
There's no hope they don't want hope for the future. They don't want hope for our youth.
I mean,
do that? I don't think they do.
I don't know, because people take jobs for different reasons. How they're able to get the message across is different. But I know what you're saying, because I'm upset that mainstream media isn't covering the issues. They're not covering what's going on.
I have an easier question for you. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. You know what's going on in the world. I know what's going on in the world. If they, as individual souls, know what's going on in the world and they refuse to cover it, and I'll leave it at this, are they held responsible if they know what's going on and choose not to empower themselves?
Well, this is a corporate company.
Sure, but if I worked for the corporate company, or me and you were at the same desk and we knew what was going on.
But you and I are different people.
Sure, I mean, but my question is, if you know what's going on, is it your duty as a human being to report about it?
I don't know. I can't put that duty on everybody, because what I do in my life, I know what I'm here for and what I'm out to do.
You're here for change today?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
And where will I see that at?
You will see this at youtube.com/Prince Truth Chaser. I'll give you my info after this. As a matter of fact, I'm here again with my good friend
Alicia,
and we're
spreading awareness out here. Fox 29 News, not fair and balanced, fair and unbalanced. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
Fair and unbalanced. Let me get a good picture. Watch out, buddy.